Hey guys, I hope you're having a good start to 2021. So last week, I told you what my top 10 anime of 2020 were, but now it's time to look forward to 2021 and the anime that 2021 will be giving us. I'm going to share with you my top 10 most hype shows for 2021 that we at least know about. None of this stuff is rumored or anything. This is stuff that's definitely coming out. I won't spend so long talking specifically about each one like I did in my last video for my top 10s, because a lot of these shows are going to be season 2s, and a lot of these are not necessarily fresh on my mind like 2020 anime were, but I know that I loved the first season of a lot of these, so I'm looking forward to the second season for sure. But the first few ones are series that aren't season 2s, they're just brand new series, whether it's from a manga or a light novel or something. Number 10 is Jakuchara Tomozakikun. I believe the English version of this is like bottom tier character Tomozakikun. I've never read the manga that it is adapted from, but apparently it deals with a guy who is a pro gamer, is what the synopsis says. And then there's also a girl in his school that's also a pro gamer, but is, from what I understand, is like better than him and even gives him advice on games. So it seems like this is just going to be like a school romance of some sort, which usually, you know, school romances are not the first thing to be on my list to be hyped about. Obviously, this isn't number 10, but the art looks really cool so far. I looked into a little bit of the art of the manga, and I think that this series could be pretty cool. But then again, it's 10 on my list. There's a lot more hyped series to go. Number 9 is Yakunara Mug Cup Mo. This particular show interests me because it takes place in Gifu Prefecture, which is a prefecture that's not really known for getting a lot of tourism. When people come to Japan, they're gonna go to Tokyo, they're gonna go to Osaka, they're gonna go to the prefectures where you can see Mount Fuji from and get a really good view of it. I've heard that this anime was made to encourage tourism to Gifu Prefecture. It basically just follows a character who moves to the south part of Gifu Prefecture, and as she lives there, she just discovers all this culture from the prefecture. I'm always really into anime that it takes place in a certain prefecture to try to encourage the tourism to go there. And of course, I like to go places where anime takes place in, so maybe that could lead to something. Number 8 is a little bit similar to number 9 in that it takes place in a city or a place where the anime is trying to encourage tourism to the place. Number 8 is Yato Gamechan Kansatsu Niki. Now, this is a continuing season to the show, but this show does take place in Nagoya, and it's about this girl who moves to Nagoya, and she finds out all these like cool, interesting things about Nagoya. And if you've been to Japan, you've been to Nagoya. Nagoya itself, I believe, is like the third or fourth largest city in Japan, and it has like a culture of its own. I learned a lot when I watched the first season of this show, so I'm super happy that it's getting more episodes. It was the kind of show that made me really want to discover Nagoya and go there. Episodes are only 3 to 5 minutes long, so it's a super easy watch. Number 7 is Horimiya. Now, I have read the Horimiya manga. I'm not caught up at all in it. I think maybe I got around like 9 or 10 volumes, I want to say. It has been a while. The manga's been out for a long time, like since 2012, and it is like a high school romance of sorts, but I think the thing about this show that is the most interesting are the characters and how different they are, but at the same time how their relationship works out. And it's also less about, I hope this person starts to like me and ends up, well, I don't want to spoil it. Just trust me, there's a reason it finally has an anime adaptation after like years of it already being in manga form. This is one that a lot of people have been waiting for. Plus, it has a really good art style, and I think the anime already, like what we've seen of it, copies the manga art style pretty well. The rest of my lists are going to be either season 2s or remakes or reboots of the sort. Number 6 is Battle Athletes Restart. Now, this I believe is either a continuation or a remake. I believe it's actually a continuation of a 90s anime called Battle Athletes Victory that I really love. It's basically like a sports anime set in space. I really enjoyed watching through the 90s version of the show. I hope that, even though it is like a remake or a restart, I hope that it measures up. I don't want to be too critical on it before I watch it. I'm still just really looking forward to it because I remember loving the characters and loving the story in the 90s show. Hopefully they don't mess it up. Number 5 is Zombieland Saga Season 2. Oh my gosh. It's still immensely popular in Japan, but even more so like last year or 2 years ago when it came out. I will not even explain it to you. It's just like girls who turn into zombies, and then to save the prefecture that they live in, Saga Prefecture, they have to become idols, and like a lot of things make no sense. This show for me does it with its characters, and I remember in the first season it would dedicate like a whole episode or a whole like 2 or 3 episodes to one character and their backstory, and I think that was the most interesting thing about it. Now, there are characters that we didn't really get as big of a backstory for the first season, so I'm hoping to see that. Probably one of the funniest shows I've seen, so I'm pretty stoked with what they're gonna do for season 2. It is so popular here in Japan, it would have made no sense if they didn't continue this show. Number 4 is one that I think a lot of people are really waiting for, and that is The Promised Neverland season 2. I was absolutely blown away by how good the first season was. You probably won't see me ever like decked out in keychains or gear from The Promised Neverland. Like, I genuinely like the characters, but I think it's the story, or rather like not even its story, it's the presentation of the story, especially in anime form, is so well done. And I remember just binging the show, and every episode just made you want more. This show had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and I am so ready to experience that again in season 2. Oh, number 3 I have wanted for so long, for years. Number 3 is the Shaman King remake. I cannot believe it is actually happening. For years, ever since the original Shaman King, well, I guess aired in America, but when the original Shaman King aired on Foxbox back in the day, I loved watching that show so much, and I always hoped and wished that it would get the remake that it deserves. I've actually never read the whole manga all the way through, so I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen. I'm probably going to read the manga chapters and then watch the episode of anime as it releases. I kind of like to do some series that way, but Shaman King is just so nostalgic for me. Like, growing up watching it on American television, singing along with the amazing theme song. Honestly, some of the coolest characters I have ever seen in anime. I am very stoked to see what they do with it. The character designs already look great. I have no criticism so far from what I have seen from the Shaman King remake. Gosh, it was about time. Number 2 is a follow-up to one of my favorite anime of all time, and that is Eurocamp Season 2. Eurocamp is just wonderful in that it's relaxing, it's easy to watch, and then it also makes you want to go camping. It's, again, one of those shows with like cute moe anime girls doing stuff that maybe is not so interesting, and then they make you interested in it. I never thought I wanted to go camping near Mount Fuji until I watched this show, and I'm genuinely so excited. Like, I love Rin and Naishiko so much. I am so excited to see what adventures they take in season 2. And the other cool thing about this show is that, like, you can go to the places that they go. Like, they go to the places in the show, like they're in real life too. So it'll be cool to see, to kind of compare real life pictures and Eurocamp season 2. And my number 1 most hyped show for 2021, which I remember finding out it was gonna happen, is No Biore season 3. I cannot believe we're actually getting a season 3. I'm so excited about it. I actually remember going to see the No Biore vacation movie in, I think it was 2019, and at the very end of the movie is when they announced that No Biore was going to get a season 3. And going into the movie, I didn't know. I guess I just missed news articles, or I have no idea. I guess No Biore like is not like super uber popular. It's no, it's not like we're talking about Attack on Titan season 3 or another season of Haikyuu or something like that. Like, it's just No Biore. I mean, to everyone else, it's just No Biore. To me, it is my second favorite anime of all time. But I remember being in the movie, and at the very end, they announcing that there's going to be a season 3. It was just pure bliss right there. The show is just about these elementary school girls who go about their daily life in the middle of nowhere Japan. Like, there are plenty of anime about country life in Japan, but these girls literally live in the middle of nowhere. Like, they take super long bus rides just to get to school. Like, it's not even, oh, you live in the country, but you still have like a train station. No, this is like even further out in the country. One of my favorite anime characters of all time, Renge, she's just so cute and she's so funny, is in the show too. I'm so happy that it's happening. The fact that No Biore and Eurocamp are both airing new seasons at the same time, that's serotonin overload. I mean, I need the serotonin, but it really is going to be an exciting year for 2021. And there you have it, guys. That that is my list, personally, for anime that I'm looking forward to in 2021. How about you guys? What are some anime that you guys are looking forward to? I'm sure I missed stuff. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, definitely do that. Because of everything going on in the world right now, I'm not really able to travel, so instead I'm doing a lot of videos from home and talking a lot about anime recently. On January 16th, Crunchyroll is starting their anime awards, and I'm definitely going to do a video about that. I'll show you guys what my personal votes are for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. Guys, I hope you stay safe, and I will play with you some other time. Also, big thank you to my Patreons. You guys are freaking awesome.